Hey, what's up, and welcome to my corner of the internet. It is time to finally talk about one of the most contentious, downright downtrodden animes that is filled with so much dissenting opinions that it debuted within the anime community, and it has been causing arguments since.
あん時決めたじゃないか。そうさ、周りの言うことなんて気にするな。ぐいっと上見て突き進め。
My Hero Academia burst onto the scene in Shueisha in 2014 of July, and with over 30 volumes at current date. And it was created by Kohei Horikoshi. I totally butchered that. It's an anime that 2 years later got an anime, and it's been outside doing its thing. It's got several movies underneath its belt, and it's one of the animes that was heralded as one of the next to replace some of the big three that have inhabited our world for a very long time. My Hero Academia, the problem with it is, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. This doesn't mean I necessarily think My Hero Academia is the perfect anime. I think far from it. But if I was going to be completely honest with you, My Hero Academia is an above average anime. It does a lot of great things, and it takes its inspirations, a lot of its ideas, and it wears it on its sleeve. And from our main character, who went from being quirkless to now having probably one of the most powerful quirks within the universe. Well, not most powerful, but you know what I mean. This is top tier gold. He won the gacha game. It happened, and he just got it cheap, free, and with all his luck, he is now being able to be in one of the greatest hero schools, and now he's a hero. Being able to fulfill his dreams has come with so much issues and trouble for our main character. And the story of My Hero Academia, I want to just stress this. I don't see the problem with this anime. This anime has a lot of definite issues that are very visible. I think this is probably one of the more visible issues within a shonen being expressed. A lot of other shonen hide it very well. A lot of great and very popular shonen hide the issues that are blaring very well, but My Hero, the issues are there and they're incredibly visible, and some of the issues spawn from basic shonen problems that are always ran into. I think My Hero Academia is especially shonen. It's never been more easy to pick on a very popular anime until this very point. And the reason why I'm able to feel this way is because if you look at Demon Slayer is pretty average when you think about it.
追いつけない。僕はあなたみたいになりたいんだ。あなたみたいな最高のヒーローに。
So everywhere you go, if you go talk about My Hero Academia, one of the first things I think I always hear is they should have killed off All Might. And I am just not able to say if that's the right choice. I will not fault the author for trying something new. This was a new idea of letting that sacrifice actually survive and passing on the baton. There's nothing that is ever said that you have to pass on the baton and the person has to die. Though this does mean that a lot of the emotional weight and the build-up is actually followed through, and it feels like we have ended in a place where we did not begin. And My Hero Academia, just to me, seems like one of the coolest, uncoolest anime ever.
He'll win before, so he can do it again, right? Beat this sucker! Win this! Beat him! Come on, All Might! Fear not, miss. I'm not.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I've never seen an anime be so popular, but be so argued about for no reason. Not a lot of anime got this flack, and I just don't get it sometimes. I really don't. Next up within the issues is a lot of the female characters' representation is useless, pointless, and serve no purpose. And I am of the opinion that it is a hit or miss. I think My Hero Academia is a hit or miss when it comes to female characters, their representation. I can't really get in the crux of it, but I do understand a lot of the complaints. Several characters within this anime serve as nothing but emotional support and that convenient moment to help solve an issue within the story. This is one of those animes that just came to be in the right time. We were thirsting for an anime just like this. An anime where there's superheroes, there's a new world, and this was something new, this was something great. All of our heroes have some sort of quirk, except for our main character, and the drama, the intensity. My Hero Academia just decided to walk into the world, and it decided to be the story that it would be. I think if it was born during any other time, I don't think it'd be as contentious as it is right now.
That's who I'm gonna be!
Now, by no means am I saying My Hero Academia is a great anime. I am reiterating, obviously, that it's above average. It does a lot of things differently than other anime. And one thing I do want to appreciate My Hero Academia for is intensity. It does not always follow through on a lot of the greatness of that intensity. But when the moments are high, it is high. We feel that in our spirit. The fights have impact, they have weight, and they have some mesmerizing animation that just will always be cycled through the interwebs and always be visible for the world to see. And let's not even talk about that movie with that like Marvel-esque change to the story. This anime does a lot of great things, and of course it is modeled after superheroes in North America. I mean, come on, it's there. It's totally there. It's like right there by the rim, but a lot of anime have worn their superhero inspirations on their sleeve. Also, this is a very unpopular opinion, or maybe contentious. I don't know, man. All of this is contentious of what I'm saying. I love Endeavor. I'm sorry. I absolutely enjoy his characterization. I love the growth of him as a character. I love the internal problems, the conflict. The anime wrote it so good. Like, it is so well written and so much layers is stacked on top of it. And when it deals with Todoroki, though, let's not even get into how that fight went. It was, let's just say, it's a little disappointing. For me, the Endeavor part of this anime is one of the best written things within this anime. I honestly could take an entire show of just Endeavor. Personally, if you just take out Midoriya and all that other stuff and just leave Endeavor, that is an incredibly thrilling and interesting story of redemption of a father who made some of the worst choices possible. Some of the most unforgivable choices possible. This is... The reason why I appreciate this Endeavor story is because it is a different way of telling a story. Endeavor is probably going to be one of the most hated characters ever for what he has done, for what he was a part of, for what he just allowed to happen. But why I like Endeavor is because it represents a piece of the hero story, the idea of redemption, making the right choices, doing the right things, and that's what a hero is. I hate to tell anyone who does not know this, the hero story has not always been a story of the brightest light always shining. And that's what All Might represents, but Endeavor has never been that. Endeavor has been the person that has to walk through mud to be successful. He has had to sacrifice everything to the point where he sacrificed even things that mattered the most to him, and I love that. My Hero Academia gets an incredible love from me for how they wrote Endeavor's character, and no one will ever take that away from My Hero Academia. I rate Endeavor's story really high. To be honest, this is one opinion I completely agree with. Several characters within this anime have a way more interesting and better story than our main character. I think our main character is way too bland and self-insert, for me at least. I know he's trying, but he don't hit for me sometimes. And I think that's just one of the problems that comes with My Hero Academia. So all in all, Season 6 has pretty much started, and My Hero is in a place where it is now getting towards the latter ends of its manga. At least if you're up to date, you know that we're getting closer and closer to the conclusion. I think My Hero will probably be done between the next year to year and a half. That's just me just boosting it and thinking this is gonna go, but I don't know. It's just a certain feeling I've gotten as someone who's read a lot and watched a decent amount. I think it's gonna go pretty soon, and I think we're gonna look back on My Hero very differently. I think this is one of those animes that became one of the coolest uncool animes ever, even though it breaks records. So there is a dedicated fan base to this anime. Without a shadow of a doubt, there is a dedicated fan base. It's just, I've never seen so much problems of it being discussed within where it ranks, period. And My Hero Academia, my thoughts is it's a top 30 anime ever. Top 30 anime ever if they do the ending correctly. And correctly is they just follow through. They just follow through on the intensity. They do a lot of wrapping up of the story. And I'm not necessarily saying someone has to die, but someone kind of has to die. My Hero Academia is not that bad. It's not an anime that will wow you forever, but I think it does a lot of things right, and it's serialized for a reason. And I don't think it's necessarily just because it's easy to cash grab with this anime. No, this anime is serialized for a reason, and I'm actually excited to see what it does. If it is able to write in a story like Endeavor's Hawkins, sorry, I always like mess up his name. These are shining pieces of gold within this story, and My Hero Academia is not the problem. It's probably the anime community, if I was going to be completely honest with you. Because this is a pretty above average story. So you should probably give it a chance if you haven't already, if you're still on the fence, or if you're someone who just gave up. Please don't give up on this anime. It's not half bad. Anyway, check this anime out. Have a great day, and like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.